So another YouTuber once said you would have to be an idiot to visit Vegas right now. I'm not going to call you an idiot, but I will tell you, if you come to Vegas, come soon because it's not going to get any cheaper. We have information from Forbes Advisor, which is an offshoot of Forbes.com, that says that Vegas suffered the biggest increase of any tourist destination on their entire list. But it's a strange list, but it's because it includes strange places between 2018 and 2023. So in this video, we aim to accomplish a goal, and that goal is to tell you how much more expensive is it to come to Vegas right now, and then also tell you why, if you don't come soon, it's not going to get any better. Vegas is only going to get more and more and more and more expensive, and it has a lot to do with the number one and number two money management companies in the world. These are the companies that own close to, 70% of all of the capital on the planet Earth, owning most of the Strip. We're going to talk about the strange relationship that companies like Caesars Palace and MGM Resorts International have taken up with these giant corporations and why it's only going to get worse for us as the consumer. If you are a consumer and you like to come to Vegas, you better watch this video carefully and plan your trip soon. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's get into it. But before we go any further, I want to introduce you to a new website that I built and created that I own myself called VegasRealtorsITrust.com. About a year ago, we had a friend who was in terrible health and was high pressured to sell his home, even though he was in tears asking his realtor to call off the sale. She didn't listen, and he was high pressured into a cash deal. It might have broke him, it might not have, but because of this and because of the experience I had, I wanted to build a website. So if you're interested in buying or selling real estate in the Valley, you can get a real estate agent that I trust. There are two people I know from church, and so reach out and I will connect you with them. It's VegasRealtorsITrust.com, VegasRealtorsITrust.com, and now back to the video. Forbes Advisor, they did a list, and on the list was the biggest increases of any tourist destination they had. But the tourist destinations were strange. They included Vegas and Tucson, I guess, Sacramento, which is dubious, New Orleans, which is obvious, San Antonio, maybe, Knoxville, Tennessee, nah, Salt Lake City, Utah, I don't know, Charleston, South Carolina, possibly, Cleveland, Ohio, and Albuquerque, New Mexico. These were their travel destinations. Note they lack Los Angeles, New York, Miami, places where people go as destinations. Maybe we could have seen Orlando on the list, but it doesn't matter because Vegas fared worse out of all of them. Now, the list isn't very fair when you consider Vegas is just a little bit more of a popular destination than Sacramento, California. But yeah, where does it boil down to? And I keep looking down at my list right here. In Vegas, we have a huge increase in prices. And so what it means is that between 2018 and 2023, we saw hotel costs go up 47.45%, the average car rental cost go up 61.44%, and the average daily meal cost go up 13.9%. And speaking of going up, my subscriber numbers keep going up. So if you want this channel to surpass the biggest newspaper in all of Nevada and their YouTube channel, the Review Journal, you'll click subscribe right now, and it'll be a very nice way to reward me for making this video for you. You'll also enjoy our live streams that we do every other Friday on the Strip, as well as Sunday mornings where we take you off the Strip live, not pre-recorded, and show you places you'll never see and even put ourselves in danger. But back to the article. Yeah, the article includes a lot of cities that are kind of in terms of what should actually appear on the list. But the point is, you're paying on average about 65% more to visit Vegas since the pre-pandemic time of 2018. Now, this can be accounted for in many, many ways. You could say it's inflation. Inflation is a thing. It's been hitting everybody hard. You could say that it's just the rebound effect and everybody has pent-up tourist dollars and the casinos are taking advantage of that and the market will pay for it. And I'm a capitalist. I'm all for the market. Pay what the market is going to command. But at the same time, there's an actual reason why these numbers are so high. And that number is the frightening thing. That's what's going to keep things from ever going down in price in Vegas. So what you may not know is that I did a video that didn't fare very well on this channel, but it was about who really owns the Las Vegas Strip. You might think it's these big companies like MGM Resorts and Caesars International, because when you look at the MGM Grand, it says MGM Resorts on it. And when you walk into the Cosmopolitan, now it says MGM Resorts there. And now, of course, Caesars Palace is owned by Caesars Entertainment, right? but you'd be wrong. And this is where it gets really bad for us as consumers. This is where we have to enter into a complex, but I'll make it simple for you, explanation about why you need to travel now. Do not save up for a year if you can, because it's going to get worse. Okay, so what you need to know is that most of the properties that I'm about to mention, all of these properties that I'm about to mention, Caesars Palace, MGM Grand, the Venetian, Harrah's Las Vegas, Mandalay Bay, the Luxor, Excalibur Hotel Casino, and the Mirage. Now, none of these things are fully owned by MGM Resorts International. Now, we all know that the Mirage is actually owned by the Seminole tribe out of Florida. They're renovating it. They're going to put on a new fresh coat of paint, tear down the whole building essentially. But we all know that this is what's happening. Now, what you might not know also is that the Bellagio, the MGM Grand, and the Mandalay Bay, which is in the last list, as well as the Cosmopolitan and the Aria and the Vdara and the Waldorf Astoria, are also not owned by the companies that you think they're owned by. So let me explain what I'm even talking about. You see, a number of years ago, MGM Resorts International had this great idea. They said, we are a casino gaming entertainment company, and we also do sports betting, and we do all of these different entertainment things. We bring in shows, and we show people a good time and give them a nice room. Why do we even own our own properties? At the time, MGM was trying to bid on different things outside of Vegas, because what some of you guys may not know is that these companies don't necessarily care about the Vegas market as much as you think. Sure, the MGM Grand, MGM Resorts International has the lion on it, and everybody knows their marquee property is MGM Grand, but they're more interested in markets like Japan and Saudi Arabia, Dubai, New York City. Literally, Manhattan is going to be having hotels and casinos soon enough. So what they started doing in the case of MGM was selling out. And they sold out to two different companies, VC and Blackstone. So they formed things here called real estate investment trusts and BREITs, which is the Blackstone Real Estate Investment Trusts. What it means is that one by one, all of those properties that I just mentioned were sold off for the land and the casino themselves. The casino operator stays in place, so you're still dealing with MGM Resorts International or with Caesars Entertainment. But at the same time, this real estate investment trust, it does a few things. First of all, it increases the real estate portfolio of these giant, huge hedge fund type companies that own most of the GDP that flows through the world and manipulate the stock markets and own a ton of private homes and property all over the planet because they know that property is the way to get rich. But at the second time, it fluxes a huge amount of capital into the casino properties while maintaining a relationship where the landowner, Blackstone or VC International in this case, they get benefits if the casino gets benefits. So if the casino does better year over year and the properties are more popular, then the trust grows and both sides benefit and both sides prosper. The problem for you as a consumer in this case, though, is that these real estate agreements last 10, 20, sometimes even 30 years. And there are provisions in there for the landowner to raise the rent on the properties every single year. You heard that right. Every single year, they're going to be raising the rent on these properties, meaning that if these companies that are publicly listed, like Caesars and Sands Corporation and MGM Resorts International, if they want to increase their stock prices, they have to increase the value of the company. They have to keep up with the rents. Only way to keep up with the rents in this case is to increase the prices of the rooms, increase the prices of the leases that go to the restaurants, increase the prices to the rental car kiosks, which in turn increases the prices going to you, the consumer. Like I said, book your vacation to come to Vegas as soon as you can. Don't go bankrupt. Don't do anything stupid. I don't want you to go and lose money on the trip. But just knowing this key information teaches you that going forward, it's only going to get more expensive year over year in Vegas. It's going to be impossible to come in and stay with the same room rates that you had in 2024 in 2026. The casinos will raise them. They will raise the price of a bottle of water in the casino gift shop. They will raise all of these prices so they can keep up with the rents that are built into the real estate investment trusts that they have with the companies so they can continue to profit and push up their stock prices. There was way many layers to this that I won't go into in this video because I don't want your eyes to kind of peel into the back of your head and glaze over. But that's the real truth about it right now. So like I said at the beginning of this video, you should come to Vegas as soon as you can. Don't go ahead and bankrupt yourself doing a trip out of fear or anything like that, but just know that your prices will be increasing as we go forward in this timeline where the casinos are now renters in their properties and they have no choice but to increase the prices of everything to keep up with the prices of rents. Yes, the world is controlled by big, giant mega corporations, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't plan your trip to Vegas and have a good time. Come see a football game if your team is playing the Raiders, a hockey game if your team is playing the Golden Knights. Come out if the Oakland Athletics ever get to Vegas. That'll be a fun story that we'll cover on the channel. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for cool in-depth analysis videos like this as I talk to you in my spatula mic. And make sure that you do check out our live streams. We do them every other Friday night from the Stripper downtown. And every single Sunday, we take you off the strip for a live look at something cool in Vegas, where I even put myself in danger, a different perspective on the city that you never see. Once again, my name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. Now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. Now, are you ready? We go 3, 2, 1, and click.